The queue times for that were just fucking awful, by the way. They were genuinely unplayable. I was getting upwards of like an hour-long queue per game, which was just crazy to me. Now, that wasn't obviously all the time. That was the worst I got was about an hour. But the best I got was probably a good like 20 to 30 minutes. 20 minutes on playing tank during prime time, by the way, which I think I got like 5 20-minute queues the whole time. But on average, it was about 30 minutes, which is crazy. Anyway, that was awful. I had a terrible time dealing with that. Rank 1 overalls was disgusting. I did it all solo queue, which made it significantly worse, but it was generally just to prove to myself that I was still capable of doing it, because now I'll be quick, but I have a lot of accounts that are hard stuck in ranks that are not that good, and then I go, you know what, maybe I'm just washed, maybe that's the problem, maybe that's why I'm hard stuck in certain ranks on maybe that's why I'm hard stuck masters on this account, maybe I'm actually just not good enough. And then I was like, okay, I'll just solo queue to rank 1 and grind it, and then I could do it, and I climbed from like low diamond to rank 1. Anyway, doesn't matter. That was a fun experience. Now, that was obviously before mid-season, so it is what it is, right? Anyway, back to 6v6. I could not be happier with the fact that they decided that they were gonna try again. Now, obviously, I gave the devs a lot of stick. I like to complain. Now, obviously, for the people who don't understand why I complain, it's for 2 reasons. It's primarily because if I were to just praise the game about the good parts of the game all day, and that's all I did, then my perspective of the things that are bad with the game would likely never be spoken about, and therefore my perspective would never be seen by the devs, right? The reason why things are bad may not ever be spoken about in the way that I would speak about it, and therefore that's why I speak badly about certain things and criticize those things, is because I don't like them that way, and I think the game would be better off if it were changed and improved in the way that I said it. Now, obviously not to my full extent. Like, I'm not like thinking like I'm the master game balancer and I could make a perfect game by myself. I think I could do a better job than the current balance team did, because I think I just have a better understanding of the game than they do. Now, obviously, they balance off statistics that I've already went over, and I made that other video about how pick rate means nothing. So if you want to watch that video about how pick rate means absolutely nothing, you're free to do that. That's a pretty good video. But anyway, game balance alone, I think 6v6 is going to flourish. Genuinely, I think it's going to be incredible. Even if it's just for that test, I can guarantee it's going to be incredible. Now, here's the thing, is if we do the 6v6 test and we don't end up sticking with it, I think I will actually be done with Overwatch. Now, obviously not done with Overwatch in the sense that I'm never playing it again, but I'm not going to be grinding it, and either the content on this channel will change and I'll start playing other games more often, or I don't know, I'll upload less frequently, or something. I don't know. Like, already, there's no gameplay videos in this channel in like 2 months for Overwatch, because that shit is just boring, man. It's so hard to be entertaining while you play this game now that I'm just not capable of doing it, man. I'm so drained after playing the game. So there's a lot of that. But I'm going to love 6v6 return. I'm excited to see how Mauga plays in 6v6. I'm excited to see Junker Queen. I'm excited to see how all these comps are going to work. I'm excited to see how the devs are going to nerf the tanks to make them fit in 6v6. And if anything, the thing I'm excited about, the absolute most, is Rhine Zarya. And Monkey Diva. Full dive Monkey Diva, or full brawl Zarya Rhine. The old way to play Zarya is back. No more is it all about holding down main choke, pressuring the tank, pressing W. No, that's gone. It's all about the lane control Zarya. We're getting lane control Zarya back. We're getting bubble the Rhine, take the off angle, poke the supports. It's coming back, baby. We're getting ball flanking again. We're getting set up on ball again. We're getting the classic sitting around the corner, third person POVing, getting ready for your main tank to take an engage so you can get in the back lane, and you can it's all coming back. All these playstyles are coming back. The ability for DPS heroes to not just be sitting and shooting the tank all day. You're capable of winning those 1v1s. That is coming back. You're able to actually flank again without getting immediately just like spammed with a ton of survivability cooldowns by the supports, because hopefully they're all nerfed because of the other tank coming in. Like, the game can be so much healthier in 6v6 now, because no longer do the supports need to babysit themselves. They can actually rely on the tank a little bit, which was what a part of what made 6v6 so good, is that no one everyone was capable of doing everything on their own, which was one of the best parts. Now, if you were really good, you could make up for the fact that you were alone, but you could never fully remedy the fact that you were completely alone, unlike some of the characters can in 5v5, like Kiriko, where obviously the character needs to be turbo giga buffed, super broken like that, because otherwise they would be too susceptible to dive because there was no off-tank peel. Now, that design philosophy can be completely gutted from the game. You can make heroes rely on each other again. You can make teamwork a necessity again. You can make solo play more viable again because of the fact that people rely on each other more. You can actually make a play as a solo player again. So you're not only are you bringing back the necessity for people to rely on each other, you're bringing back more solo play potential as well, because if you manage to gain yourself an advantage in that solo play scenario, you can actually push your advantage, because no longer can people just press a button and negate all of that potential value and work that it took for you to get to that point to make that solo play. That is what is coming back with 6v6. I'm so excited for the player base to finally experience this incredibly beautiful format again. We're getting it back. It's coming back. I never thought I would genuinely see the day where this would come back. I've never been so excited to play Overwatch in my life, knowing that 6v6 is coming back. This is like having it so good for so long and not realizing how good you had it, to then things getting so bad for so long, for things to finally get back in shape and things are back to how good they were. Now, I don't think Overwatch 2 6v6 will ever hit the prime that Overwatch 1 6v6 had, just because the hero design philosophy has gone so bad in 5v5 that it would take so many reworks to get back to what we had initially. But I'll take any form of 6v6 over this dog shit ass form of 5v5. This format sucks. I hate it. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with me that they hate it. But I'm so happy that 6v6 is coming back. Get ready for some Zarya Ryan, baby. Get ready for the fucking duo tank stack, running it down, Zarya Ryan to come back. Get ready for the solo play Genji to come back. Get ready to be able to kill things again. You're going to be able to pick any character you want and make it work, because the complexity of the game will hopefully return with 6v6. Now, the complexity leaving the game was not entirely a 5v5 issue. It was a hero design philosophy and balance philosophy issue as well. But hopefully these things are remedied in 6v6, because you're allowing for more complex hero design, because you're able to hit more niche scenarios on certain characters and give them the ability to have a risk to reward ratio that is more in line with original Overwatch due to the format being superior. And I could not be happier to say that as an Overwatch fan right now, with the knowledge that 6v6 is returning, even though the game currently is in a really bad state, we are eating really good. And it feels good as one time and a long time to be an Overwatch player and to know that things may not be that bad. That feels good. I'm loving what we're getting. That dev blog was good. Now, it was kind of funny that the fact that the reason they couldn't do 6v6 is one of the main reasons they didn't do 6v6 is because when they had upgraded the engine to move to Overwatch 2, they obviously had the limitations of having to support old consoles and old hardware. So if they had run the game in 6v6 with the boosted graphics and such, it would have made the game unstable to run on lower end machines, which means that one of the reasons they went to 5v5 is so they could keep frame rate stability and things like that while upgrading the graphics, which is kind of funny, because that was a rumored thing from a long time ago, and everyone thought it was so funny, like, no fucking way, that's the reason, that's so funny. And to then realize that was one of the reasons is hilarious. Now, I'm obviously not spiting the devs. They were rushed. It's not their fault that the engine they built, well, it wasn't capable of doing that. The engine, though, is great for how much slack it gets. The engine is good, but I just thought it was funny that the devs were rushed to a point where that thing that seemed so ridiculous actually came true. But as a 6v6 lover, we are eating good tonight, boys. Let me tell you. Things might not be the best balance-wise, but 6v6 is coming back, and we should all be very happy. I love you all. Have a good day, guys. Goodbye.